Today's story? It's all about one man who played the game better than anyone else, El Chapo. Buckle up because this tale is packed with drama, danger, and jaw-dropping twists. Corrupt cops, bloody betrayals, and power plays that leave bodies in their wake. This is the brutal world we explore. And no one embodied it more than El Chapo Guzman. His story is a journey through the most dangerous facets of the criminal underworld, filled with jaw-dropping escapes, ruthless power plays, and a legacy that's far from over. Let's dive into how a poor kid from the mountains of Sinaloa became one of the most feared and infamous drug lords in history. And trust me, you won't want to miss the shocking details we're about to uncover. El Chapo, born Joaquin Guzman, in 1954 in the rugged mountains of Sinaloa, Mexico, came from nothing. His early years were marked by poverty and hardship, with his family struggling to make ends meet. His father was a small-time farmer, and Joaquin worked the land from a young age. Growing up, he witnessed the devastating effects of poverty and began to see crime as a way out. But here's something you might not know. El Chapo's early exposure to the drug trade wasn't just a chance encounter. He learned the ropes from local smugglers who were willing to teach him the tricks of the trade. His first major break came when he was introduced to the Guadalajara Cartel, a pivotal moment that set the stage for his future empire. El Chapo's journey into the criminal underworld began in the 1980s when he started working with the Guadalajara Cartel. This was a critical time for him, as he quickly learned the ropes of drug smuggling and trafficking. His rise through the ranks was nothing short of meteoric. By the late 1980s, El Chapo was making a name for himself as a key player in the drug trade, leading to the eventual formation of his own cartel, the Sinaloa Cartel. One interesting fact is that El Chapo wasn't just a ruthless leader, he was also a savvy businessman. He introduced innovative methods to improve the efficiency of drug trafficking operations, including the use of advanced technology to track shipments and avoid law enforcement. This technological edge played a significant role in his success. Under El Chapo's leadership, the Sinaloa cartel became a global powerhouse in the drug trade. The cartel dominated the smuggling routes, controlling the flow of cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine into the United States and beyond. But El Chapo's empire wasn't just about drugs. It was also about control. His cartel engaged in violence, bribery, and intimidation to maintain its power. One particularly chilling tactic used by El Chapo's cartel was the so-called narco blockades. In areas where the cartel faced resistance, they would block roads with burning vehicles, effectively cutting off entire communities and making it impossible for law enforcement to operate. This not only instilled fear, but also demonstrated the cartel's ability to disrupt daily life and exert control over entire regions. To understand El Chapo's rise, it's crucial to look at the key figures who helped build his empire. Among them were drug traffickers like Rafael Caro Quintero and Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo. These men were instrumental in the early days of the cartel and played crucial roles in shaping the drug trade in Mexico. Rafael Caro Quintero, for instance, was known for his role in creating sophisticated drug trafficking networks. His expertise in logistics and his connections with other criminal organizations were crucial in establishing the Guadalajara cartel's dominance. Miguel Angel Felix Gallardo, often referred to as the Godfather, was a key figure in organizing and expanding the cartel's operations. His influence extended beyond Mexico, reaching international markets and creating a far-reaching criminal empire. El Chapo's reign had a profound impact on the communities caught in the crossfire. In regions controlled by the cartel, life became a daily struggle with violence and fear. Schools were closed, businesses were ruined, and entire neighborhoods lived under the shadow of drug-fueled terror. But amidst this chaos, there were stories of incredible resilience. For example, in some of the hardest-hit areas, local organizations and community leaders worked tirelessly to rebuild and offer hope. One such initiative was the Hope Project, a grassroots effort that provided education and support to young people affected by cartel violence. This project aimed to create a safer environment and offer an alternative to the lure of gang life. El Chapo's criminal genius wasn't limited to building an empire. He was also infamous for his dramatic prison escapes. In 2001, El Chapo made headlines around the world by escaping from a maximum security prison in Mexico. His escape was nothing short of extraordinary. He hid in a laundry cart and managed to slip through the guards. In 2014, after his recapture, he escaped again, this time through a tunnel dug from his cell to a house a mile away. These escapes became legendary, showcasing the level of planning and resources at his disposal. The second escape was particularly elaborate, involving a team of engineers and builders who worked for months to create a tunnel with lighting, ventilation, and even a motorcycle for a quick getaway. Despite his cunning and resourcefulness, El Chapo's luck eventually ran out. In 2016, after a dramatic and violent confrontation with Mexican authorities, he was captured once more. This time, there would be no more escapes. In 2019, he was extradited to the United States, where he faced a high-profile trial. The trial revealed the extent of his criminal operations, including testimony from former associates and evidence of his vast network of drug trafficking. The trial was a media sensation, with shocking revelations about the extent of his corruption and influence. El Chapo was sentenced to life in prison, along with additional sentences for drug trafficking and involvement in multiple murders. His reign was over, but the impact of his actions continued to reverberate across the globe. Even with El Chapo behind bars, the Sinaloa cartel continues to operate. His empire may have fractured, but the cartel remains a significant force in the drug trade. The violence and corruption associated with the cartel persist, and new leaders have emerged to fill the void left by El Chapo. The cartel's influence extends into various aspects of society, including politics and law enforcement. Despite efforts to combat the cartel, its operations continue to evolve, utilizing new methods and technologies to evade capture. The legacy of El Chapo's rule is marked by its brutality and impact on the criminal landscape. As law enforcement agencies continue to adapt, the fight against organized crime remains a global challenge. El Chapo's story is a chilling reminder of the power and reach of criminal organizations. His rise and fall provide a window into a world of ruthless ambition and unrelenting violence. As we look to the future, the question remains, will there be another criminal mastermind to take his place? The cycle of power and crime is relentless, and the world of cartels is far from over. New players will emerge, and the struggle between law enforcement and criminal enterprises will continue. The story of El Chapo is not just a chapter in criminal history, but a reflection of an ongoing battle against the forces of organized crime. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this deep dive into El Chapo's rise and fall, don't forget to hit the like button, share the video with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more stories from the darkest corners of the criminal world. See you in the next video.